welcome. I'm going to hand it over. We have a host tonight, and Theric will be leading the charge tonight. Theric, have at it.
All right. So, as I was saying, we are here for the second annual, believe it or not, Pantheon Dungeon Group Draft. So, 2021, if you have had a chance to watch last year's, you sort of know what to expect with this. But this is, a chance for us to get together. We have our teams, and if you have ever seen the NFL draft or any sort of other sports draft, you sort of get an idea what this is about. Each team is going to be drafting a group, so a group to bring into the dungeon with them. We have our list of eligible draftees that we've assembled from the community. So these are all people from the community in various places, streamers, content creators, VR people, that kind of thing. And, everybody's going to have their choice. Now we have a snake draft. So what that means is that it's going to go in order, starting with team community is going to pick first. And that was the same as last year. So this year we just made them the default number one pick. And then we ran a poll for the order of the draft after that. So the results from this, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Minus, but they were drafting in second place is Team VR. Drafting in third, yes. In representing Team VR.
I was going to say, you're not even going to introduce.
Introduce the people, yeah. So I should introduce who's
drafting. Host are you?
Yeah, I know. Very amateur host. That's the kind of host I am.
Hey, anyway, never claim to be pros. We never claim to be pros.
No, anything but. So team community is led by Breakout, who is going to be in the green room. So what you want to do is, if you want to be part of team community and help influence the pick, decide the pick, jump into the green room on the PantheonPlus Discord. That's where Breakout's going to be in there. He's going to talk. He's going to help you, make decisions about who's going to be the pick. So do that. Breakout is leading team community. Team VR picking second is led by Medaki. So welcome Medaki to the draft this year. It's great to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. So you get the number 2 pick, and after that is Team NathanNapalm, led by the NathanNapalm, as always. So he's going to be picking third. Welcome, Nathan. And after that is Team Drac, who is picking fourth. And Drac is the architect of this thing. He has worked extremely hard to put this all together. So if you are selected by Drac, that is truly an honor. And he's even got the awesome wizard background there. So.
Yes, I'm Team Cloth. Also, I've architected this whole thing just so I can ruin Minus's night.
And if he does, he won't be on the draft anymore. So you guys will enjoy it.
Well, it worked out well because you're picking right in front of Minus, so you get to.
I'm picking spoiler all night long, right before he wants to make his pick.
Exactly, and then last but not least is the Cowboys fan, the halfling rogue, the co-host of the Rewind, my friend Minus, representing Team Minus, and last year represented Team Minus very well by picking himself. But who knows if that trend will continue? We'll see. And and then it's a snake draft. So after Minus picks, he picks again. So it goes back up the order, some 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's how it's going to go all night until we've got everybody selected. So
we're also going to have trades and. Like I said, in the chat, everyone in chat, you're part of team community. Now, we have some VR people in there. Technically, then you can help or sway Medaki, which should be very interesting, might I add. But on top of that, I want to say one thing because
highly unlikely.
I want to say one important thing before we go here. So everybody, you guys were all campaigning. Vote for me to be second. Here's what I'll give you. And I just stayed quiet. And why? Because for 2 years straight, I allowed the community to not care about me at all. I like how I said it loud. It's probably, they just didn't. But not voting for me gave me what I feel is the best pick in the draft. You get the 5th and the 6th pick right in a row with the snake draft. So thank you, community. You didn't even realize that you just helped me out tremendously, except for that last person that I will unfortunately be stuck with. So.
Yeah, you will have the final pick in the draft. So
enjoy your third tank.
Yeah, that's the dangers here, right? So as you guys can see below, there's a couple things there, Theric, if you don't mind me jumping in. There's a couple things that make this interesting. Will people draft based on their personalities, what we know of them, that we like them a lot, that they're important at VR, they're what they bring to the table? Will people draft because they want to fill the classes right? Well, here's the tricky part. we have 30 people to pick from. Everybody will be picked. But the problem is it's not balanced. There's not a balanced amount of tanks. There's not a balanced amount of heals. So it's going to be really important when you pick if you want to get a good group, because who knows what you're going to end up with. Now, the other part is that we will be hopefully trading picks and trading players during the draft, which should make it a lot of fun. So
a lot of fun for you. Bad for the host when I have to figure out who has what pick and switch it all around. But you know what? That's fine. We'll make it work. So you know what? So one more thing to announce before we get started. And before I do that, I'm going to say to team community, let's say you're officially on the clock now. So you should be in the green room, talking to Breakout, deciding who you're going to pick, because there's some selection involved. So we'll do a little thing to give you some time to do that. So
Breakout, you can jump back up there. I drug you back into the live room. It's a little tricky for you to go back and forth, I know.
Okay.
So before we get started, though, I want to do one more thing, and that is that we were generously donated a $100 Leggett pledge to support Pantheon tonight from our friend, the great Vindini, who plays the MMORPG Classes 101 videos with us on Tuesday nights. Great community member, guild member of mine. He donated a pledge to the show. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway during the show for that pledge. So what I want you to do, if you're in the chat, just ping me just at Theric, and I will write your name down. And then at the end of the night, as we get close to wrapping things up, I'll throw those names in a hat and we'll give away a pledge. We've done this on our podcast a couple times, and it's really easy. So easy way to get a $100 pledge for free. And thank you to Vindini for donating it. That's really generous of you. So yeah, good luck to everybody for if you want to get in on that.
Yep. And if you already have one and you're looking to, get a significant other, a friend, or a family member involved, that's fine too. Just Theric will figure that out. But just ping at Theric, say sweepstakes or pledge giveaway in it, and Theric will get you guys all set up.
Exactly.
And Theric just mentioned that a few times through the show, obviously, as new people are coming in. So.
Yep. Yeah. I'll try to remember as the chaos ensues. I will try to remember to keep on that.
Yeah.
So team leaders, any final comments before we kick this thing off? Any draft strategies we want to share? Any insights you want to give before we get this thing going?
I just want to know which one of you is drafting for the second best team.
Well, there can only be one. Right? So
you can
somebody
only
will
be the second best team if you do that trade with me, Madaki.
Oh, geez. Listen to these guys.
Pass. Hard pass. I talked over my GM and the owner, and no.
Okay. Fair.
Nice.
All right. So, team community, you're on the clock. Let us know when you have your pick. Get it over in the Discord to Theric.
Okay.
Here we go.
As soon as that comes in.
Eagerly waiting.
I think team community is making some serious decisions here. I think that having the first overall pick is no joke, right?
Yeah, it's really not. This could decide the fate of all of our strategies right here.
This is a big one. For sure.
Because everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, right?
Yeah, Mike Tyson, right? The old Mike Tyson quote. Yep. Yeah. So again, the picks will be announced by Theric. They will be pinging Theric in Discord privately what the pick is going to be in a little group that we have, and then we'll jump over to it. So there isn't a timer on screen, but we do ask that picks are made within a couple minutes because it's a long night. So we need to make sure we're drafting. So little sense of urgency from everybody, but it's a fun night. We're relaxing and chilling.
Yeah.
We got that message over that he knows that because he probably can't hear us, right?
Oh, did you tell him that, Theric? I don't know.
I'll go. I'll jump into the green room real quick. You guys chat. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Theric can jump in and back forth, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm super focused on. We're gonna
don't ruin my night, Drac. I'm serious. If you're actually planning on ruining my night, that's evil. That's bad.
I have to say that if Drac doesn't ruin your night, I believe the community will.
Well, that's fair. I'm okay with the community doing it. I'm okay with the community ruining my night. I'm not okay with my partner in arms stabbing me in the back. He's not even a rogue. He's a wizard. So
I don't stab people. I
just fireball to the face.
Fireball them to the face. Exactly. Yep.
Joppa says, and guys, we're going to read a lot of chat as we're in between this, so it's very community heavy. Like, keep throwing your stuff in there. Joppa just said, Bear will go first round.
That's a solid prediction right there. Super solid.
All right. I have the pick. The pick is in, my friends.
Hold on. Let me see it. Theric, you got to put it in the group because I can't see it. If I can't see it, I can't let it.
One sec.
Yep.
I will do that.
All right, so here we go. We're going to have our first pick. Team Community is going to be drafting. Wow. All right, guys. All right. Here we go. Team Community. The number 1 pick. Quite a change, Theric. Here you go. It's coming in now.
With the first overall pick in the Pantheon 2021 Dungeon Group Draft, Team Community selects Basgrim, first fan. He is the dwarf cleric. Baz has 3 powers. His first power is the Baz Flash, where Basgrim sums up all the Pantheon news in less than 60 seconds, group healing his party. His second power is Community Watch Party, where Basgrim gathers the Pantheon community to watch the dev stream, buffing his party's intellect and wisdom. And finally, he has the power of Alexa. Basgrim knows the answer to your Pantheon question and complete heals you. That is the first pick overall in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft.
All right, let's get Breakout in here to talk about what's happening. If you want to drag him in, and he can talk about why they picked this pick.
I believe that we have the number 1 overall pick in the green room.
Does he want to come in and talk about it?
Yeah.
I mean, if the number 1 pick wants to come on here and talk about what it feels like, we can bring him in.
Yeah,
He's got to put his hat on, right?
Basgrim, jump into the green room.
All right, Theric, he's in there already. Theric, go ahead and talk and see if they want to come in.
Okay, hold on.
If you remember correctly, I believe that Basgrim was either the last or the second to last pick in
last year. Yeah.
So he's improved so much over the course of this year that like he was taken first.
Well, people had more time over this past year to be home and listen to his videos, so I think they had a lot to
Doesn't
play
that work
with
for you too, Nathan?
Yeah. Well, no, apparently not, because I got a little puppet heavy this year.
And there we go. Basgrim, we have a first overall pick with us now.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. How do you feel, man? Being number 1 overall pick, you got to feel pretty good right now, right?
I would just like to say this is the greatest honor of my career. Everything else, all my other accomplishments thus far, pale in comparison.
I mean,
when you woke up today,
Joppa. You got picked above Joppa. That's a big deal.
Joppa was 3rd round last year. 3rd round for Joppa last year. Just saying.
You know, I was actually in the green room talking with the community, and I still didn't expect it. I would like you to know I did not even vote for myself. I had nothing to do with this decision. I think Joppa would have been an even better pick, but yet here we are, and I will take it.
Congratulations, man.
Congrats.
Well
Congrats.
deserved.
Number 1.
Congrats, Basgrim.
I just want to say he's been training real hard this year. So I think that was a good pick, because I think as we go into the next season, we're really going to see Basgrim really tearing up some grass. So
there you go. All right, Baz, dropping you out, and we're going to go to the second pick here. So
most improved.
Can't nobody can beat that. Most improved.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure to be the number 1 pick, but and a healer, you got to go with your healer. So Team Community off to a good start. So Team VR, you are on the clock. So Madaki, when you give you a chance to sort of think about it, I'm assuming you've maybe.
Oh no, I had my pick, right? And my pick was based on the assumption that another pick wouldn't be there. And now that pick is there, so it changes my strategy a bit. However, the problem is the person that I wanted to pick with my first pick will probably not last, since we're doing the snake draft, back to my second pick.
That's always
so.
I've got to.
It's the gamble. It's the gamble, right?
Yep. That's how these things go.
I think I've just got to go with that.
Okay, I have it.
Okay, let me get it set
Minus
up.
You haven't?
I got it, and we're gonna go ahead, and here comes the pick.
Yeah, with the second overall pick in the Pantheon 2021 Dungeon Group Draft, Team VR drafts Joppa.
Wow. Okay.
What is card? Joppa the All-Powerful. So Joppa is a human cleric. His powers include soundtrack. Joppa inspires all adventures with amazing music, healing your party over time. Joppa's second power is staying true to the vision. Joppa remains true to the Pantheon vision and gives all your allies an HP buff and an armor buff. And the final power is whoa. Joppa corrects you mid-live stream, debuffing all enemy mobs' intelligence, wisdom, strength, armor, and magic resist. That is an incredible power. That is.
He's also like Morpheus because he has direct access to the code.
Yes.
So
talk about your rationale here, Madaki. Let's hear about.
So I'm not going to tell you who my other pick was going to be, clearly, because I'm not going to tip my hand there. But clerics are a super strong healer, and you can have all the DPS in the world. You can have a rogue to lock people down, but if they're dead, they're not doing any damage. So clearly, having the strongest healer in the draft, just he has Wrath's Hammer, he has Shield of Wrath. It's going to be a win.
Wow. Interesting. So we see a bit of a run on healers here already. Like the first 2 picks, both healers. What does that mean for our other teams? Is that going to impact how our other teams draft now? Does that change anything? If that was your pick, it does, obviously. But knowing that 2 healers are off the board, how does that play into things?
I would like to point out that the once you're dead, what good are you? We don't know the abilities of the Necro yet. Just want to throw that out there.
You could be a pet. Yes, that's true.
It could be a dead pet.
Yeah, no, that's true.
All right. So here's a question I have from Adaki. Was there any pressure, internally? You're representing Team VR. You go out, you draft a coworker. I mean, is this a play that may help you outside of the draft tonight? Where you're going to bring up, Joppa, I did draft you first. Was there any thought there in that?
No, not at all. If I was going to do that, then my pick would have been completely different.
You would have aimed higher, perhaps.
He's not my direct supervisor. So.
I see.
No, this is strictly from a gameplay.
Okay.
I mean, of course, the main thought was to pick myself, but I'm a shaman and I need a strong healer, and I'm the best shaman in the game.
I'm a shaman, but I need a strong healer. What does that say about shaman?
Until Joppa buffs me,
Beans just dropped.
Until Sacred and Joppa, help me out a little, buff me a little. It's just good. You can't. The throughput for a cleric is just it's too good. Now, if I have a secondary healer on my team, it's going to be me because I'm still the best player in the draft.
Okay. That's the kind of confidence you need in this game that we're playing. You need to be confident in your own abilities. So nothing wrong with that. Okay. So, all right. So Team NathanNapalm, you are on the clock. And again, I'm assuming first round, you've probably thought about this a little bit. Are you ready to make your pick?
I'm ready. I'm submitting it now.
Okay. Minus, you got that?
Let me see here. Not another one that's big upgrade from last year. All right, here we go. Can I throw it up on screen now?
With the 3rd overall pick in the Pantheon Dungeon Group Draft, Team NathanNapalm selects Mikhail, the Bean Spiller, the Dwarf Paladin. So Mikhail has 3 abilities. Firstly, Spill the Beans. Mikhail spills the beans, giving your party inside knowledge of the Pantheon Rise of the Fallen group, healing your party. Second power, another dev. Ben hires another Pantheon dev. We are that much closer to launch day. Ben AoE taunts all the mobs in front of him. And then lastly, pledge Pantheon. Ben gets another backer for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. The Pantheon community has grown and your party feels invincible, taking no damage for the next 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good bubble right there.
Is that why you took this? Is that why you took Mikhail?
Look, this is Nathan? A multifaceted decision, right? So I had to go with Mikhail. Number one, I could be wrong, guys. I don't have the insider information, but it does seem as though that Ben Dean also controls when the servers are up or down. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling. So with that added to the fact of that ridiculous bubble, 20 seconds for the whole party, guys, you could skip a whole phase of a boss fight, right? Like, that's epic. And besides that, having them in the party, get permission to slip some beans out. I mean, it's just a good pick all around. So I think, and he's a dwarf, love dwarfs. He's a paladin, love paladins. It was just an obvious pick. It was an obvious pick.
Yeah. There's a lot. I can see why you would make this pick. There's a lot that you would like about this pick. I can understand that. Yes.
What's interesting is Nathan himself is a paladin tank, and he opted.
He didn't pick himself
as a true paladin. As a true paladin,
I mean a vengeful paladin.
I humble myself
Nathan was
as a holy paladin. No, I'm a holy. I role play. I'm a holy paladin. I'm not fed up with the church. I'm still cool with them.
Okay. All right. So awesome. Interesting. We have some big heavy hitters. We got Basgrim, Joppa, and Mikhail. That's some big names in the community there. 3 of the biggest possibly. So
will we see another big name? That is the question. Drac, pick number 4. What is your strategy? Where are you going with this one, Drac? want to preface this a little bit, or you want to put it out there? What do you want to do?
Well, first of all, I stated before, my whole goal here is to just mess with minus. Second of all, I'm not conventional, so my drafting strategy is going to be off the wall. So I will give you my first overall pick.
I think I know where this is going. I like it. We'll see.
I have to wait a whole year to have fun again.
Oh. Okay. All right. All right.
Are we ready for the poll? Are we ready for the poll?
I'm ready for the poll.
Here it comes.
With the 4th overall pick in the 2020 Pantheon Dungeon Group Draft, Team Drac selects Moxus, the Disparate. He's a gnome enchanter. Mox has 3 powers. Firstly, he wins again. Mox wins another argument on the Disparate Worlds podcast, buffing his party with mana regen. His second power is a movable object. Mox will not be moved and grants his party a levitation buff. And thirdly, his power is quilt. What is that? Quilter. Yeah, Moxus crafts a quilt, which is able to be equipped and protect the wearer from all cold damage. Wow, that is an unorthodox power, but I like it.
Wow, talk about acclamation. All cold, like you're good. You don't need nothing else. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's the ultimate cold acclamation.
I have to say real quick here, and let me transition it back after I get him in, but this just put Mox on a big level here, and his partner in crime is a little shaken by the fact that he was taken so early in this draft. I mean, what's going to happen with Sakari? That's an interesting moment here. So
Sakari's upset with this pick. I'm watching his reaction. He is upset.
Yep.
Well, I just wanted to say that part of my selection, because Enchanter is such a large part of what I want to do with my draft, and there's only 3 of them, so I wanted to make sure that I got one.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. I can see that.
I wish you'd have kept that to yourself. Now everybody's thinking that.
All right, yeah. So I guess it's my turn.
Yes, minus you are on the clock.
It's my turn now. Everybody, we had the Mel Kiper's mock draft, and Minus is going to take himself first, and he took himself last year, and that's what Minus is. So here you go. This is let's see what happens here.
What do you got? Are we gonna have a repeat? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, you guys, the pick is in.
All right, are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Here we go.
With the 4th overall pick in the 2021 Pantheon Dungeon Group Draft, Minus selects me, Theric, the floor guide. Wow, I got picked in the first round. I had no inclination that was going to happen, but hey, man, I'll take it. So I will read my own card, even though it's a little weird, but here are my powers. I am the lore guide. I'm an elf ranger, as everybody knows and loves. My powers are keeper and training. My knowledge of lore allows me to lull any mob that's not attacking me. My second power is the rewind. I review all the notes for Pantheon this week and create the perfect battle plan, giving all ranged attacks double damage. Sweet. And lastly, I'm the rogue hunter. Rogues can't hide from me, and so I cannot be backstabbed or sneak attacked. I also do bonus damage to all rogues. So think about that for a second. Bonus damage to rogues, and I can get double damage on ranged attacks. So holy moly, one shot and some rogues from behind. That's all I'm saying. So I am blown away, Minus. You drafted me. I'm speechless, man. Tell me why you picked me.
Yeah. So listen, there's a couple different things here that are in play. I think when you build a team, you have to think about personalities, and you're a soothing personality. You keep people on track. You don't get too upset. You do get a little sleepy later at night.
You get sleepy.
You get a little sleepy. So my group will have to have some dedicated break times, so Theric can kind of get up and relax a little bit and come back, maybe go get a coffee.
Snack time's going to be very important.
Right. But see, the rewind doesn't exist without Theric, which means my teammate, every week, that's my teammate. I have to draft him. And again, I think drafting yourself with the first round pick, as I did last year, I get it, guys. That's a little egotistical. So I don't want to just draft myself, right? So I just think, that's something smart. Let's get away from drafting Minus, and let's draft someone who means a lot to me. So So
I am honored, my friend. I am honored, my friend. You are a great teammate, great leader. I am happy to be in your group. and I will serve Team Minus well. I can say that.
Yeah.
So
well, I want to throw in on this pick real quick. I love you, Theric. You're a great guy. Love you to death. But I am a little shocked that Minus picked you. And the reason why is he's real big on go, 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 pull, pull, pull. And I've been watching your pull time lately as we played Dark Age Camelot. It's a little long. It's a little long of a pull time. So, I'm just a little shocked knowing how Minus is. But
that is pick. True.
Great pick.
That is true. Yes. Yes. I blame the game. Were it not that game, my pull time would be faster. I can definitely say that.
Maybe Minus thinks you can coach him up. Maybe he thinks he's a Popovich. He can.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Totally.
That's part of the play there.
Let's hope he's not let's hope Theric's not a Rex Grossman. That's all.
Hey man, Jay Cutler tonight, not Rex Grossman. Jay's got a bullet. He threw a bullet.
All right.
So,
all right. So round one looks good, right? Round one.
Round one is complete. We have our first round done. Wow. So there we go. So before we get into round two and we snake back, I just want to remind everybody to hit me up at Theric in the chat if you want to be entered for that giveaway for the pledge, the Leggett pledge to Pantheon. So just remember that. But let's start round two. And as we do with the snake draft, Minus's pick is in already. And we have pick. Minus, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. With the first pick in the second round of the Pantheon 2021 Dungeon Group Draft. Team Minus selects Minus.
The chat was right.
As you may have guessed.
Shocking.
Yes, the Minus is Minus the stealthy. He is our halfling rogue. His 3 powers start with support rogue. Minus doesn't need an enchanter. He CCs the target mob. Minus's second power is collecting elf ears. Minus backstabs an elf instantly, killing them. Adds another elf ear to his collection. And lastly, his power is transmog. When you look this good, you do twice as much damage. That is awesome. That is hard to argue with. Again, double damage, man. You and me, we're doing double damage.
Doing double damage. So a couple things. One, the synergy. Number two, the negative synergy I eliminated, right? So I don't have to worry about you killing all the rogues, right? I'm a rogue. Like I protect myself a little bit. You get the rewind cast together. I mean, we know each other well. You keep me a little in place when I have it tuned up to 11. And I pull you along. Theric, let's go. Theric, let's go. Theric, let's go. And I feel like between the two of us, at least with the way this group is set up, that transmog ability is going to be looking. I mean, we're some good looking people, right? I mean, so keep drafting the lookers. Yeah.
So, you know how you could do even more damage if you equipped like a crossbow or something, and you could do ranged, and you could do double damage with Theric's, so you could be like crossbow rogue. I think that'd be good for you.
Yeah, and Drac, this is why you don't play rogues. So I mean, that's why everybody you probably just lowered your draft stock because wizards are supposed to be intelligent. So yeah.
All right.
Minus. I'll give you props for learning some humility. But clearly not very much. So a little bit of growth is good. I mean, a lot of growth would have been better. But a little growth is good.
Yeah. I think they're both good picks. Obviously, I will say 2 DPS. You've definitely set yourself up for some picks later in the draft, perhaps, where you may have to balance things out a little bit. But we're looking good so far.
It's not just 2 DPS. It's not just 2. That's minus the rogue. Everybody. That's a support DPS as well.
Yeah,
so we have flexibility.
That's a double pick. That's a double pick. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's get on to the next pick. We got Team Drac picking next. Team Drac, have you made your decision?
Yes, I have, and I have sent it to you.
Okay. With the next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft, Team Drac selects JN, the Lore Master. So let's pull up JN's card here. We see JN, the Storyteller. He is an Archai Monk. He has 3 powers. Firstly, extra XP. JN gives you the entire group bonus XP as he explains the lore on the surrounding area. His next power is Ridden Out. JN writes his target out of the Pantheon lore, making it just a regular mob with no special abilities. Man, that is fantastic. And then lastly, he is the Ultimate Keeper. JN knows all the lore and also where all the perception pings are. So your party gains extra perception points. Drac, this is an excellent pick, man.
Wow.
Tell us why you picked JN.
Well, I am not a lore guy, but I like to know what's going on. And so since you were off the board and you're my normal lore reader, I figured the only pick left for me to pick was JN because I need someone to tell me what the lore is and explain it to me.
Yes, you do need that. JN is like, I mean, I'm honored you would have taken me ahead of JN, but I got to tell you, I don't know if I would have done the same in your place. I might have taken JN first.
Well, you're at liberty to make things up. So so the thing with Theric is that he can put pieces together however he wants and expand the lore, even if it's not true. He's like, this is just what I think, guys. It's not guaranteed. JN has to like clear it through. I mean, here's the problem. JN probably has to clear it through Joppa and Mikhail, and they're on different teams.
Yeah, Joppa's going to totally nerf some of these abilities.
So JN can make he can make Sleepless just sleepy. Like he can
that could actually be his lore. Yeah.
Yeah. Just rewrites it. The stroke of a pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, right?
That's powerful.
Mm-hmm. Very powerful.
Dude, I think it's a solid pick and I can't believe he fell to me in the second round.
Very nice. That's a great feeling. That's awesome. All right. Moving right along in round 2 here. We are back to Team NathanNapalm.
All right.
Friend, what is your thinking here?
So, listen, guys, I think it'll be very obvious what my thinking is. I don't think it even needs any kind of introduction. I've submitted it.
Okay. The pick is in. With the next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft, Team NathanNapalm selects Ronik.
That's right.
And Ronik is the Ronik who brings the thunder. He is a Darkmer enchanter. His powers include upgrading the website. Ronik upgrades the Pantheon website, mesmerizing his target mob with his amazing HTML skills. His next power is Patch Notes Song. Ronik forgets to make the Patch Notes Song again. Your party is hasted. So that's kind of an interesting power. He actually gets it by not doing it. So sort of an anti-power, if you will. And then finally is the Thunder. When Ronik pulls aggro on a mob, he must roll a d20. If he rolls a 3 or less, he dies. If he does not die, Ronik charms the mob for 4 minutes. So
I want to point something out while everybody's looking at this picture too. I want to point out that he's an enchanter wearing plate mail.
It's pretty impressive.
That's
pretty
super
impressive.
OP.
Yeah, so I want everybody to notice that as well. Also, everybody knows what Ronik is known for, right? Which is being the best person at the game, obviously. So, having him in my group.
Being dead all the time.
Well, that might be an opinion some people may have, but he's certainly a lot of fun. And I tell you what, have people here with me tonight who can remember the time that Ronik saved all of us.
Absolutely.
Also,
that is true.
Saved the VR team one time. So in a pinch, when you put them under a lot of pressure, and if you're in my group, you're going to be under some pressure, then he performs. So he just needs a lot of pressure to perform, and I'll definitely make sure my group gives it to him.
Okay. Nice. All right. So a couple things I need to add here. Let's get into the chat here for a second. There was some stuff here. So first of all, Joppa says, whoa. Written out, too much power, too much responsibility. All right. So that's the first one.
Joppa tapped whoa already.
Well, here's the problem. So he whoa'd, and he said at least he can't summon Mythanders. But then here's something really important. This happened in chat. So this is a big deal because an ability was used in the chat by JN. He wrote Joppa out. Joppa's written out, guys.
Nice.
You might have just lost your pick, Madaki. He's gone. He's not really here. So
that is awesome.
JN reports directly to Joppa, so I'm not real worried about that.
Okay, all right. So there's a command to chat. That spell may fizzle. It may fizzle. And then the last part here is Sakari would like to talk to somebody about nerfing Moxies. So if anyone can get in on it.
Mox is in the chat. If Mox wants to jump into the green room and talk about why he shouldn't be nerfed, we can do that at some point.
Yeah.
But
I have Ronik on my cell phone, by the way. He has a couple of words.
It's too late for nerf.
Perfect.
So he says that he's happy to be back on Team Nathan where he belongs. Mm-hmm. And that and then I informed him that he was my next pick on my board and that I got sniped. Yeah. And he said that's okay because Nathan had faith in me as a rookie. So it's all good. I feel comfortable on that team. And we're going to do great things.
Can you ask him, Madaki? I mean, we have to start looking at group synergy. I feel real good about Theric and Minus right now. There's a proven, but Nathan, you have Mikhail and Ronik together. I mean, there might be a little tension there, no?
Listen, just like I said last year, guys, when I pick my team, I purposefully want there to be a little bit of diversity, right? Because that is what makes a good video, right? So when we're done, I can take all that footage and I can make the coolest videos, hilarious, awesome content for my channel, okay? So there's that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Good point, man. All right. So Madaki, Team VR is on the clock with the next pick in the draft. Madaki, who are you picking now? The pick is in. Damn. What was that, Minus? Sorry, what was that?
I said damn.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Nice. Oh, somebody's been disappointed. Okay.
Here it comes.
So the next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group draft from Team VR, the pick is Sacred the Traded. Sacred the Traded he is the Archive Summoner. His powers include Cyber Athlete. Sacred cracks another cold one, lets his summoned pets do all the work. His next skill is Pew Pew. Sacred snipes the target mob with his FPS skills. And then lastly, his skill is Class Balance. Sacred is tired of the enemy mob doing more damage than he does, and he nerfs the mob. So that is a great pick. So he is Sacred the Traded. For anyone who wasn't here last year for our draft, you will not know this, but Sacred was traded several times during the course of the draft last year. So
he was traded while he was in we brought him in from the green room and he was traded while he was on air.
Hopefully this year he doesn't badmouth his team owners, because that could have more dire consequences, like real life consequences.
Yeah, he could lose a lot of sponsorships,
Yeah.
So I just got uninvited from Ronek's wedding for not taking him with my first pick. So
whoa, okay, wow.
How does he feel but does he realize now that he's not on Sacred's team? I mean, that's a positive, right?
I haven't told him that yet. Not too much good news at once, right?
Okay. Fair.
Wow. Well, right. I mean that you made a choice. I mean, sometimes in life you have to make hard choices, and I guess that's what it was. But you have to have a good team for this. I mean, a wedding's one thing, but having a good fantasy draft is another thing completely. So, all right.
I just talked about synergy, Theric. That's a good synergy. Joppa and Sacred are pretty tight when it comes to systems discussion, and we've heard Joppa be very, very positive about Sacred on a lot of streams and what he does and how he's worked. Good, that's the only group right now that I feel like at the moment has the synergy that possibly Team Minus does. So,
we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
No way.
You think that Mox and JN have better synergy than Theric and I? You crazy?
Class synergy.
Personality is all that matters. All right, so Team Community's up, I believe, right?
Yeah, back to the first pick in the draft. So Team Community, you are on the clock. I'm going to jump in to the green room here,
all right,
and see what I need to see, and then I will be right back. So
they get 2 picks too, by the way. It's a snake draft, so now they get the double pick. So this will be interesting to see what happens here. Ex Mako would like to know, how big is Mox's blanket? Like, is it big enough to really make a difference? Can you get the whole
party, right? The whole group wasn't it? Was a group.
Yeah,
group warming. So
so I found out about Mox and his quilting when I did his plus profile a while back. So I thought might as well include that.
Okay, pick. Are we ready?
I got to put it in chat for me.
Yeah, I will put it in chat for you.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. They know they get back-to-back picks here too, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting pick here. All right, and it's ready. Here it comes.
Okay, the next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft. Team Community selects Torque, the Artist. So Torque has 3 powers. He is a dwarf warrior. His first power is Lay of the Land. Torque draws another dungeon and single pulls the target mob. His next power is Greybox. Torque puts the target mob back in Greybox mode, taunting the mob to attack him. And his last power is Houdini. Torque uses Houdini to make his work easier and also shield the group from all ranged attacks. Wow. Great power. All right. So let me see if I can pull Breakout in. I'm going to see if I can get him in and get him to explain this pick from the community. I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good.
That kind of
just getting sniped left and right.
That hurts Team Minus, the Torque pick.
You think?
With their crossbow, man, you're not gonna do any damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, so we've got Breakout here to explain the community pick. Breakout, what's the community thinking here?
So healer, tank, build the team around that. That's the discussion we're having right now.
Nice. Any synergies there that you saw, or any other factors play into it?
I know the cards, but I don't think that's really affecting it right now.
Fair enough.
They have the powerhouse combo, right?
Yeah.
They got the powerhouse combo, Warrior Cleric is like your staple EQ powerhouse class combo, right?
Right.
Yeah, nobody's more excited about like trees and mountains and caves than Torque is. So I mean, you have a tank running into a dungeon cave, and he's just like, "Look at this cave! We built this cave like this. It's got all these modular pieces." So it's a good one. I mean, he's going to be really excited tanking from the front there. So,
right.
I feel like this is sort of like the JN pick, because JN can write the world, but Torque actually makes the world. So if you are in a situation, let's say your group has climbed up to a high spot, can't get down because whatever. Torque just rewrites the world. He just lowers the terrain. You're good. Like there's no fall damage here. You're never going to fall to your deaths. It's pretty good deal.
All right.
And so we are ready for your next pick actually as well, team community. If you want to stay and announce the pick, then or you want to message it to me here, I'll announce it, and then you can explain it as well.
Okay. So yeah, our next pick will be Alicera.
Nice.
Let
me pull up the card here. So, your next pick is Alicera the Wower. She is the Darkmer Enchanter. Her powers include Wow. Alicera is an MMO veteran and is able to command the battlefield with her AoE Mez. Her next power is Cute Cat. Alicera shows you pictures of every cute cat, and the target mob is charmed. How can they not be, right? And the last power is Cross Stitch. Alicera is able to cross stitch the enemy to death, doing damage over time to her target.
Man, all these crafting attacks and things. This is a surprise.
Yeah. That
1,000 little cuts.
1,000 cuts. Oh, nice. Well played. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
So, Breakout, what's the thinking here?
Yeah, so we were running out of. Looks like we were getting low on support, so needed to grab one before we ran out of them. So.
That's a good point. Hey, Joppa makes a good point in the chat. He said, "What's the synergy between quilting and cross stitch?" Because we had a quilter as well.
That's pretty interesting.
It's game breaking. They couldn't be together. That's.
It's a good thing they got split up. That's because we would have known what would happen there.
What if we added Nefel into that group too? Is that like the end of the world?
I guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah. Maybe. What are we about to hear? Oh, that's a kind of a big tease, maybe.
Or did I just say that to throw off the next one because I want my way? You'll never know.
You'll never know. All right. So let's move on. So Team VR, Medaki, you are back on the clock, and we have the pick. The pick is in. Minus, you got it?
Let's see here. Yes, I do. Give me 1 second to fire it up. All right, here it comes.
Next pick in the draft. Team VR selects Nefel the Crafter.
How did I know?
How did you know? You called it, Nathan, man. You got it.
Is tired of getting sniped, and now he's doing some sniping of his own.
Or is he?
So Nefel is the elf paladin. He harvests, his first power is harvest a node. Nefel harvests rare nodes and sells them on the auction house. Your party all gain 50 gold.
Oh, wow.
His next power, is dungeon drop. Nefel can make something super useful from a rare crafting drop. Add bonus damage to your weapons. And his last power is stat food. Nefel is a master chef and creates a bounty of stat food for your party to eat. So that is some great powers. Medaki, what do you like about Nefel here?
Looking at the tanks that were available, there's several really good choices here. I just thought the team synergy with Joppa, Tyler, and Dave would be really good. And so, I do have some inside knowledge of some of these guys. So, I think the overall personalities would be a great fit. Worst thing comes, they can put together a pretty good podcast for us if we can't complete that.
That's true. That's true. That's good thinking. Yeah.
And get you out of a jam real quick there with the well put together podcast.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. So
Joppa did say he needs to see a mob get put into a quilted state at this point.
Or the cross stitch state where they just become like this pixelated version of themselves. I can see that.
That's a pretty blanket statement there.
Oh, the dad humor. You win. I'm going to trade you a draft pick for that one. No, I'm kidding.
All right. All right. Are you ready to move on? Team Nathan Napalm on the clock with the next pick in the draft.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, hit me.
I have submitted it.
All right. Okay, Minus, you ready?
Ooh. All right, let's go ahead and fire this up.
Next pick in the draft.
Good to go.
Team Nathan Napalm selects Maya of the She. Maya is a halfling druid. Her 3 powers includes moderating the chat. Maya answers questions in the chat and casts a hot on her target. Her next power is Rankum. Maya ranks the mobs from hardest to easiest and then snares them all. And lastly, she is of the crafted heart. Maya crafts amazing items from your player house, giving her target bonus charisma. So another crafting type of pick. Crafters were going on a run on the crafters on the board here. So yes. And I did pronounce her name correctly, which I'm very proud of, except for one little slip there. But yeah. So yeah, great pick. Nathan, what's the thinking here?
Oh, so listen, I just got to say my plan is going exactly how I had this all planned out. So you got to think I've got Ronak in the group. I've got Ben Dean. I need a moderator, right? So here we go. Now I've got a mod. I've got somebody to read us what the chat's saying, make sure we don't get lost. Multi-talent going on here in this group. The more as my plan begins to unfold further, you guys will see the genius of my strategy. But it's already starting to develop here.
Yeah, and somebody to inevitably res Ronak. You had to take that right away, right? You couldn't wait on that.
Yeah, you gotta
there was no waiting on that. I mean, if you take that chance, you could be really in trouble, right?
Basgrim says the auction house price of Needle and Thread is going to skyrocket right now. Start hoarding it. Start hoarding it. Sell high, buy low.
All right. We are moving through. We are drafting like madman here. So let's go on. Team Drac with the next pick. What you got?
All right, so I'm going to monologue here before I do my pick a little bit. So I have a theory, and so I'm going to base this pick on my theory. I have a theory that Minus is trying to draft a PantheonPlus team, and that is his draft strategy. So because I need a wizard, I'm going to make this pick.
I think we know.
I think you gave it away.
Yes. With the next pick in the draft. Team Drac.
So it's not just Minus here, huh? It's not just Minus.
Following in the footsteps of last year's team leader, Drac picks Drac, the profiler. He is the Archive Wizard. His skills include plus profile. Drac creates plus profiles for his group. Each group member receives a damage shield. And his next power is sharing the love. Drac shares Pantheon content on every social media. All mobs take AoE fire damage. And then lastly, community article. Drac approves a PantheonPlus article that does 2 times crit damage to the target mob. So those are some great powers. Considering Drac that you are the card architect here, I have to say I like the powers you gave yourself.
I wasn't going to make myself gimp. Like that's not going to happen.
No. You had to treat yourself well. I can understand that, but so now your strategy
said his
was
profile pick is clearly shocked at this draft pick.
I gotta be honest. I don't absolutely love picking myself. But I needed the wizard. So
you did. Yeah, your team's looking shaping up there. 2 DPS in a row with the support. So you talked about disrupting Minus's strategy, and that's all fine and good as long as it doesn't disrupt a winning strategy for you. That is
this is part of my overall strategy. But I would have drafted myself possibly later, except for I was kind of on the Minus's strategy, so I had to move myself up.
Gotcha. But was he? Was
I? Right. I don't know.
Did this wizard outsmart himself? Possibly. You looked at me and you said, Minus, such a caring guy, such a caring rogue, wants to draft his team, wants to bring his team on.
You may have made a fundamental miscalculation. Yes.
Drac. Nope, all wrong. All right, that's fine.
Okay.
Very wrong. Very wrong.
Well, Nafel in the chat says Minus is going to pick the bear here, so that would truly be the shocker of the
That
draft.
would be a shocker.
I'd have a bear and an elf on my team.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with the bear if you are, but I don't think you are. That's the problem. So, okay, the pick is in.
There it is.
With the next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft, Team Minus selects Kilson. Where's the card?
Oh, kind of he fell this far.
Kilson the Cleaner, in fact, is the full name. He is a Dark Mirror rogue. His powers include Curse of Tongues. Kilson restricts all spellcasting to using only one word, allowing him to cancel any mob spellcasting.
Which is helpful for that range shield, right? It can be put on, so.
That's right. Yes, exactly. His next power is Question. Kilson picks your question to trap the devs and CC the target mob. And lastly, his power is VIP. Kilson hosts a VIP roundtable, dropping AoE truth daggers on everyone around him. Man, that sounds awesome. So, great pick, Minus. You have added some DPS to our team. What's your thoughts on this pick?
So, it's a rogue. He's a high-end player. Knows how to play. We've seen him in streams do well as a rogue. And it allows me to not just, worry about DPS as much, because now I can support and play off of him being mostly a DPS rogue, which is what I believe he's more into than support. So while we have two rogues, we get ourselves into a melee heavy group, and even you at a range is considered melee damage, right? So when we think about what kind of buffs we're going to have, we kind of all benefit from that same package. But again, me and Kilson can fill the same role in a single pull, or we can split off when we have multi-pulls. Right?
Nice. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe you just picked him because the daggers is in the description on the card, but I like your your rationale works.
Guys, I think in the chat Sparrow brings a good point. That Minus wouldn't want to share the rogue loot. He's looking to trade. That's hard to argue.
Minus loots everything anyway, so it's the other rogue that's gonna get the shaft. Sorry, Kilson.
You better be pretty quick, man. Kilson, you better be pretty quick on that right click button to get in there, because it might be gone by the time you think to loot. But great pick. So look at our DPS team, man. Oh my gosh, this is interesting. But Minus has the next pick in the draft as well, in the snake draft, which is how it goes. So the pick is in.
Are you ready?
Minus, are you? Yes, I'm ready. If you are. With the next pick in the 2021, the first pick of the fourth round, in fact, in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft, Team Minus selects Ben and I the Scribe.
Oh,
Ben and I is the human rogue. Oh my gosh.
Or rogue team here.
Team Rogue. Yes. So Ben and I has 3 powers. Firstly, his fan fiction. Ben and I writes another fan fiction article that poisons the target mob. His next power is Stealth. Ben and I has already chronicled the area you are venturing in, allowing him to become stealthed. And lastly, his power is Pen is Mightier. Ben and I will scribe your great adventures while topping the DPS meter, doubling his attack rating for 20 seconds. All right. Doubling his attack rating for 20 seconds, toppling the DPS meter. Minus. Are you okay with that?
Support rogue, baby. We got this.
Yeah.
We got this. So the other
really
thing
embrace
here,
the support rogue role.
Let's talk a little bit about this. So number one, rogue is the best class. So now I have all of them, which also, maybe I have a little bit of power now to change this team up if something goes bad in the next round. That's one thing. That's nice to know. But the other piece here is synergy. I've been talking about synergy a lot tonight. So getting Ben and I, he's got a lot of synergy with Theric. Those two are close. Yes. They talk. So I've built up that synergy, keeping my Ranger co-host here happy, with another friend in the group. Hopefully someone that'll motivate him a little bit. We have massive damage right now. And it's all melee. We don't have to stand in the back, and we have a lot of CC. We could literally right now pull 9 mobs and have all of them locked down between the 3 of us if we were able to do it. So just something to think about.
It's fantastic. Yes, I am very much in approval of this pick. I love Ben and I. He's a great dude. He is a crazy fan fiction writer, and I love to read his stuff. So I plan to we will be entertained, if nothing else. This will be an entertaining group because he's gonna write some good stuff for us. So I'm very happy with that pick.
It's only shocking because we got 3 rogues and a ranger, right? So this is an interesting strategy. I gotta say.
3 rogues and a ranger. Didn't they make a movie about that?
So 3 rogues and a ranger walk in a bar.
So when the ranger dies, they can all just vanish.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's probably going to happen. That's not far off. So nice. All right. Well, let's continue on with round 4 here. Just a reminder to chat if you want to get in on that giveaway. Just hit me up at Theric in the chat, and you will be entered for a $100 Leggett pledge to support Pantheon's development. So at Theric in the chat, and I will pick a name at the end of the draft here. Anyway, moving on, round 4, pick 2. Team Drac is on the clock. Team Drac, what is your pick?
All right, so I might have been wrong about Minus's strategy. I'm a big enough man to admit it.
How quickly your confidence has faded.
Wait, hold on. Sparrow just said, wait a second, the rogues vanished and Theric stuck paying the bill.
Oh my God. So true. So gonna happen. I'm like, I can't take you guys out for drinks because we're just gonna drink and I'm gonna get stuck. You guys are gonna sneak out of the bar and I'm stuck with the tab.
Yeah, for sure. Very minus right there.
It is very minus. Well, your strategy's been thwarted, Drac. What
it's okay because the pick on the swing around side, this pick is still there. So it was just a swap. And so it's still okay.
Okay. So let's get the pick and then we can analyze it. Okay. The pick is in.
All right.
Minus, you ready?
Here it comes.
The next pick in the Dungeon Group draft. Team Drac selects Sakari of the Ashes. Sakari is an Archai wizard. His powers include wins again. Sakari wins another argument on the Disparate Worlds podcast, launching a fireball at Mox and his target mob. I see where this is going. Next power is irresistible force. Sakari uses his commanding presence and rugged good looks to root the mob in place. And lastly, turn to ashes. Sakari uses his knowledge of the ashes of creation to turn the target mob into a pile of burning carbon. That is your pick, Drac. I can clearly see you've got some synergy in mind here. Want to talk about that a little bit?
So I'm all about the class synergy, not necessarily like the person-to-person strategy. But this pick actually has some class synergy because now I have the entire Disparate Worlds podcast on my team, and so we're gonna be doing some streaming. We're gonna be doing some massive adventures, and I would just like to say that we're Team Cloth because every single person on my team right now is Clothwear.
I'd like to see how that goes for you later.
I'd like to challenge this strategy. You say group synergy, but I see that you've got Moxus and Sakari in the party together, right?
Yeah.
Well, when he casts a fireball, it's going to also hit one of the other wizards. So it's a bizarre synergy you got going there.
Well, you never know. You never know what Drac's up to. There might be something later on that sort of deals with that.
True.
Maybe.
That's true. That's true.
I just got to say that, as a rogue group right now, we send the ranger out to like draw some aggro from that group. And then we're just dropping Clothies like it's hot. You know what I mean? And then just dropping Clothies like it's hot. Drac standing there ready to cast a fireball. 3 rogues come out, backstab, dead. Vanish. Next one.
You're not going to be able to even cast because my enchanter is going to AoE stun you all. And then it's going to AoE fire down everybody and you're all dead.
All right. We'll see.
You've got the same issue though. You've got loot problems though, man. Have you thought about loot situation here? You cloth wearers and like, what if a robe drops? Like, who's going to get the robe?
The roll for it.
And the roll for it. It doesn't matter because we're going to be 50 faster than anybody else.
Yeah. Good luck with that downtime.
Yeah, and running back to your corpse.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you guys definitely have some deficiencies there, but like I said earlier,
we will possibly be waiting for Theric, but that's fine.
Come back. Well, I can ranger gate if needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Moving right along. NathanNapalm with the next pick. You are on the clock, my man. What are you doing here?
All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh, here we go. The next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft. Team NathanNapalm selects Rowan.
Right, here we go.
Pull up the card again. Why can't I find my card?
It's under Chris.
Here we go. Yes. So, hold on. There we go. Chris Rowan, the Chief. He is the Archai Monk. His powers include CEO, which is a crane strike into Eagle Claw, into overhand punch combo that does 3 times damage. Big time. His next power is the right backers. Rowan uses feigned death against the wrong backers, allowing the right investors to become involved in Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. And lastly, his power is set goals. Rowan meditates on the goals he has for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, giving him 4 times regen. Doesn't even say health and mana. Is that like both regen? And that's pretty incredible. So awesome. So Nathan, what's up? What's the story here?
Well, you can see that number one, the damage is through the roof, right? We also got the obvious. We've got Feign Death, right? We've got Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, finding the right investor, right? Most important thing, guys. I don't care what abilities we find tonight. There's not going to be one better than that. That's the best ability. And I was scared to death I wasn't going to get them. Somebody's going to snag them up. I've been sweating all the way up until this point that I was going to miss that one. But, and then you've got the dynamic of the group. I mean, look at this. We've got Ben Dean. We've got Ronick. We've got Chris Rowan. If I ever needed a permission to do something, I've got it, baby. I've got it. I'm in.
No, you got Joppa on Team VR there. I don't know. They might put his group behind to just give that.
Listen, permission. What does Joppa say? Let me talk to CR.
So Nathan, I have to ask you though, was there any part of this strategy involve who's picking next, or was this purely?
No, there's still more. There's still more to the strategy for sure, but it's going beautifully. I'm having a good night.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're happy with it.
Now I've got to get dressed down by Chris.
You waited too long, Madaki.
Also, I'd like to mention
this I've already been disinvited from.
I'd like to mention also, Chris Rowan is the only person on this planet that enjoyed the puppet rat videos of the developers. So
whoa! That is untrue.
Uh-oh.
That's summarily false.
We got a closet enjoyer.
All right. There you go. Madaki enjoyed it.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
I think I know where Madaki's going with this next pick. I just want to say.
So Minus, you want to clear the card there, and we can.
It's clear.
I guess is it? No. Why is it slipping? Okay. Anyway,
I'm his manager, Baz. I can say it.
So yeah.
So you think you know where I'm going with this pick?
Well, I thought maybe you might have been going there, but you seem to be indicating otherwise. So let's hit me. Let's see what you got.
I mean, you guys are you messed up my strategy. You blew everything up. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, now we made him think like we're gonna.
Yeah, it's
gotta redecide everything.
Typing. Madaki is.
Well, we know Team Community's going back to back on the DPS. Like that's a done deal because they don't need anything else, right? And they're going to be stuck with, probably me as the last pick or whatever. So.
Okay. Oh wait, didn't expect that. This is a smart move.
The pick is in.
Smart move.
Okay.
There it is.
Next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft. Team VR selects Evoris, the moderator. So Everus is a human summoner. His powers include Reminder. Everus gently reminds you to post in the right Discord channel as he summons his second elemental. His next power is Long Standing. Everus is a long-standing community member who is able to haste and damage shield his elementals for 30 seconds. And lastly, his power is Ban the Trolls. Everus bans the Discord trolls, making Discord and Pantheon a happier place. Everus may now summon any group member to his location. Mm-hmm. So that is maybe an unseen, unforeseen pick, Madaki. What were you thinking here?
I mean, no disrespect to anybody left in the draft, but clearly, there's only 3 DPS left. By the time it got back to me, there was going to be no DPS left. I had to have another damage dealer. I might as well take the best one available. You got to take the best player at the best slot, right?
Yeah, you didn't look at your need. You didn't look at your board of need. Well, you did. You looked at your.
Oh no, he's on my board of need. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got. It's a win-win situation.
You've ruined me with this pick.
I know. Well, perhaps you'd like to trade Rowan for this pick. We'll talk.
Oh, Nathan's already sweating.
You guys need to work that out. Maybe if that's going to happen, we can come back. We can come back to that at a later point, and
or maybe Ronick. Maybe I can get back in the wedding. I don't know, but I mean.
So something important to note. We haven't said it much here, but Theric, I know we're giving away a $100 Pantheon Legat pledge. If you guys haven't signed up to get that pledge by the end of the show, we will be giving that away, announcing it on here. Please do an @Theric in the chat right now and make sure you're on his list. So when he draws that later, you have a shot at winning a free $100 Legat pledge to Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Very important. Make sure you get you guys in. If you're already a supporter, you can give that away to somebody else. If you're not quite to the 100 pledge, I'm sure we could work it out to upgrade your pledge. So that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
absolutely. Oh, yeah. I was just typing that in chat. So yeah, if the winner of this pledge already has a pledge and they want to use that $100 towards upgrading, like if to get to the next tier or just to the next level in that tier, just let me know via a CS ticket and we'll get them taken care of.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. Okay. So we are rolling right along. We are back to team community. So I'm going to jump out and go in, let them know that their time has come. So I'll be right back.
So when he jumps out here, I'm just going to say, you guys realize how much of a position of power I've put myself in here, right? With the, you got to look at the draft.
No,
right?
You're at a huge disadvantage.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. There's plenty of tanks.
If we decide not to trade with you.
Not really. There's plenty of tanks and healers left right now.
Sure.
All right.
But they're shaman healers.
What? But they're shaman healers. Oh, there's no real healers yet. Is that what you're saying?
I main a shaman. Let me look. I'm in the draft.
Man, it looks like the first time ever DPS was first in the queue. Like, what's up here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know the pick?
I do know the pick, and
you know what?
We may have had a little foresight going on here. I will give it to you in the chat, minus one. Okay.
All right. Let me get that card up.
Okay.
And here we go.
With the next pick in the draft, Team Community selects Haya. He is. Where's the card here? He is Haya the Tranquil. He's the human monk. His powers include plus minus. If Haya is grouped with minus on the battlefield, Haya gets ×2 damage bonus. He is Team Canada. That's his next power. Haya gets +3 to all stats for every other Canadian on his team.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he has any Canadians on his team at this point. But, not yet, anyway.
He has two abilities that are invalid right now.
Yeah. Well, you never know. And his last power is drum solo. Haya breaks into a drum solo, stunning every mob around him. There's no time on that stun. That could be a really long stun. That's pretty sweet.
If he keeps going.
Is number 3 like AKA the Neil Peart?
Yeah. The Neil Peart, yes.
As long as he can go, it's Mez, man. Standing.
Feign death. That's pretty OP.
Right on. Okay. So let me jump back to the green room and see what the next pick is.
We all know what the next pick is.
Yeah, we know. Come on.
Are we going for drama here? Are we trying to drum up some support? We know what's going on.
We'll play some drama music real quick. What could this pick be? I do like that we put like 3 of the 5 teams into defensive mode here. So interesting. Oh, did Haya's abilities have no cost?
Okay.
He didn't. Just a drum solo.
Which is fine because he doesn't have any. The first 2 abilities don't count
because he's not. Yeah, he can't use them anyway. I was like, talk about preemptive there. All right, there.
2 times 0 is still 0.
Or Haya.
Okay. So the next pick for Team Community is minus. I've sent it to you. You got it.
Okay. Yep. Throwing it up. Big drama. Big. Holy cow. Here we go. Training over.
Look at this. Next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft for Team Community is Raucus. And his powers, he is Raucus the Talented. He's an Elf Ranger. Good old Elf Ranger. His powers include Old School. Raucus is tracking down all mobs in the area and also any upcoming Old School MMO RPGs. His next power is Start the Stream. Raucus starts the stream and launches a hail of arrows at the enemy mobs. And lastly, his power is Across the Pond, where Raucus snipes his target from max distance, dealing triple damage. Oh my gosh. Ooh. So, as we might expect, you guys took a couple DPS in your position here, Team Community. Breakout, you want to talk about these 2 picks for you guys?
Yeah, we definitely needed some DPS, but our main goal was to disrupt some synergies going on with the others.
Okay. Which one?
Oh, you mean like minus? Yeah, because
Right on. And so you took a Canadian there. Any synergy there? Is that maybe indicating something you might be thinking later on in the next later rounds or anything like that?
Possibly.
Maybe not.
You have 2 Canadians on your team.
Brasgrim's saying he's Canadian. Is this a thing? Is this real, or is he just fooling?
He lives close.
I'm willing to say he's Canadian.
He said he just moved a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Listen.
I moved a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, we
didn't have far to go.
You can't pull a Theric. Okay, Theric says he's Canadian. We found out last week he was born in Chicago. So I don't know what's going on here. Like, things are weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
we also found out that we have to pay taxes twice, so look out for that too.
If they put Mikhail on Team Community, it would be Team All Apologies because they'd have 3 Canadians.
Ooh, I forgot about that. You're right.
Just be a bunch of bumbling. Sorry. Wait,
who else is Canadian on that team? Because Alicera sounds Canadian, but I think she's from like Minnesota or something, right? So I don't know.
Same. Yeah.
Same. Nice.
Right.
Okay, so you guys rounded out your team with a couple DPS there to make sure you didn't miss out on the DPS. And if I'm not mistaken, our DPS are off the board. Are we no more DPS to be drafted?
Starting to get into trade territory here. So
yeah, if you are needing a DPS, your options are limited at this point. Okay, so let's go to the next pick in the draft. So that brings us to Team VR, back to Team VR. Medaki, whenever you're ready, you can hit me up with your pick.
Sure. You can get this off the deal so I can look at the board some more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Bad leading there.
Bad leading.
See, now we're in the position where we're late in the draft when you have to start making decisions on the fly. When the plans go out the window. Now
I'm going to tell you, the right player in either of these classes can do some decent damage. So if you have 2 of these on your team, you're not in terrible shape, unless you're minus. So I mean, all is not lost. A good warrior is still going to put out some good DPS. So is a Dire Lord. Dire Lord is going to put out some decent damage. But I mean, I've preached all day about how you've got to go with the best player left on the board.
Right.
So the pick is in.
Here we go. Transferring over.
True to his word from Team VR, the pick is Medaki. He is Medaki, the support ogre. He is an ogre shaman. His powers include Roustabout. Medaki has the tools to fix it and heal his target over time. His next power is Summon Your Corpse. Medaki summons and reses your corpse. Hashtag VR hacks. And lastly, his power is Backbone of VR. Medaki supports the Pantheon community and provides strength, movement speed, and resistance buffs. That Summon Your Corpse power, Medaki. My gosh. You've completely shortcutted one of the systems of Pantheon for your group. That is
it's going to be a wasted talent, honestly. I mean, I might go and help other groups, like I can help summon Ronik.
Thank you,
but
I'm worried. Thank you.
Because I mean, I've got Joppa healing, and then I'm going to be a backup healer. Although we grouped one time on this, and I did out heal him, but I just want to thank the powers that be for taking me with this pick.
Nice.
So we have
no, but I think Shaman provides good synergy, and I was really leaning towards Vandrad, but I figured my team was already powerful enough, so I just didn't want to. I didn't want to go completely overpowered.
Okay. All right. Joppa says, whoa.
That taking yourself in this draft is proving a popular strategy, despite the fact that Minus waited for his second pick to do so. It has turned out to be a popular strategy. So, all right, we are up to the next pick with Team NathanNapalm here in round number. What are we? Round number 5 now.
Yeah, my strategies completely just went off the rails. It's okay. I know who I'm picking. I'm in.
All right. That's awesome.
Are you going to take me there, Nathan? Were you going to take me?
I was going to take you. Yes, I needed you for Ronik, man. I'm in big trouble.
You got issues. You got issues.
All right,
Minus,
here we go
you ready?
with the next pick.
Next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft, Team NathanNapalm. selects the bear. This is a community member that we all know and love, except for one of us. He is a bear dire lord. His powers include feed your fears. The bear feeds off your fear and gains stacking taunt threat, double for minus. His next power is dual claws. This is no ordinary bear, as it dual wields massive claws. And his last power is undercon. This bear may con blue, but to you, it's actually red, so it triples its hit points for 30 seconds. Classic undercon.
A little bit of DPS because we run out of DPS with the dual claws, right? Dire Lords are pretty good at DPS, as was mentioned before. So, plus, guys, here's the real value getting the bear. Always on camera on the stream, right? We would definitely have a bear cam. It's just going to be the best stream you ever seen. It's uncanny. It's unheard of.
Never before has there been a bear streaming gameplay.
That's right.
I pay to see it.
For those of you that may not know, it's a running joke from the PantheonPlus pre-alpha stream that Minus always dies to bears. Some people may not have got caught up on that, but he did die to bears a few times, thus having Minus call them OP. And so we put the bear in the draft as a joke to that.
Yes, I love that it is. Everyone's saying it's not the bear. It's a bear.
A bear. I know. I totally made that mistake too. As soon as I said it, I knew it too. I'm like, no, it's not the bear. It's a bear. Like it could be any bear.
Any bear in Pantheon will kill Minus.
Any bear in any game. No, this goes back before Pantheon even draft. This goes back to another game that Minus and I were playing where the bear chased him halfway across the zone, and
it came to me from like miles away. Like it attacked me. We think there was some dev trickery there. So
it was quite fun. So that the bear will live on. I'm glad that you took him, Nathan. I think that is an appropriate pick for your group. Given
wait a
your
minute, guys. The bear just sent me a text. He says,
Damn
he's happy. I think he's happy.
How's he have access to that information?
It's good you have the bear on your team.
Yeah, I'm happy.
You're gonna have to get it.
Even if you didn't have to outrun the bear. You just had to outrun Running.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about Winnie the Pooh here, guys. Check out those stats. We're talking about a real bear here. A bear.
It says classic a bear.
I love that. Yeah, you another great pick for Ronick early in the draft because I mean, if anybody's gonna die to a bear, you know it's Ronick. So now you have the bear on your team, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, and you notice that when the fear thing, right? There's gonna be a lot of fear in our group because Ronick's in there. So
absolutely, great pick. I'm glad the bear got picked. All right, moving on. Round 5, we are up to Team Drac for the next pick of the draft.
All right.
Drac, your strategy continues to evolve as time goes on here, unless the pick you hoped would be there is there. We shall find out.
So I can't believe that this person fell to me. Absolutely very excited that still on the draft board. Probably should have been drafted like 2 rounds earlier, but I will take this pick.
Oh yeah,
oh, beautiful. Wait a minute. Okay, we've got it. The pick is in with the next pick in the 2021 Pantheon Dungeon Group Draft. Team Drac selects Kyle, the programmer. He is a human shaman. His powers include tools. Kyle designs a tool which will aid Pantheon devs in creating Pantheon Rise of the Fallen while healing the target. His next power is networking. Kyle redesigns the netcode while buffing your party with stamina and agility. And his final power is deleting hardcode. Kyle performs major surgery on the Pantheon code and completely heals the target. A complete heal. Drac. Is that
I get the cleric heal with the shaman. That's like the best of both worlds. I don't even know. Like,
wow, yeah, that's crazy.
It's mic drop from here on out.
Yeah,
good pick.
Complete heal. Mm-hmm. So your team is rounding out nicely here. You've added some healing to your, but you're all still cloth wearers. You still have cloth issues. You realize that, right?
Well, no.
Oh, okay.
I think they're heavy leather, right?
Heavy leather. Yeah, heavy leather. I'm up to heavy leather.
Well, then you're rewarding Kyle because he's going to get all the heavy leather that drops. There is no competition at this point.
Your healer is going to be beefed out in gear. That's pretty nice.
All right. We've come to the end of round 5 with the snake draft. Minus, you're going to have the next 2 picks. Always a luxury.
Yeah.
And so you've had some time to think about this. The board is looking a little thin at this point. Your slim pickings here.
Yeah, this is tricky. This is a tricky one. This is tricky. So you got to think a little bit here. Is flex a thing? Can we flex a paladin to heal? Is that a thing? Can a paladin heal another paladin who's also self-healing? Is that a thing? Like, can we rely on that little bit of flex? Is it enough if we kill something quickly, right? So a lot of people are probably thinking Minus needs to take a shaman and a tank. But can I get away right now with 2 back-to-back picks of taking two paladins? Could I do that? So the first pick is in. So here's the first pick.
Okay. All right. The pick is in. The next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft. Team Minus selects the NathanNapalm.
That's a good pick.
It is a good pick. NathanNapalm the Puppeteer. He's a human paladin, not a Dire Lord. His powers include Puppet Song. Nathan summons a puppet that sings a song to taunt the mob he's targeting. His next power is Do-Gooder. Nathan is lawful good, and while fighting evil, gains bonus armor. And lastly, his power is RPG Review. Nathan reviews an RPG, ARPG, or MMORPG on YouTube. He gains 5,000 views and buffs his party's hit points. So that is an awesome pick. Minus, when you started talking about flex, I had a feeling that that's what you were going to do, because it's a great double-sided pick. I'll let you explain it. That's my thinking on it.
No, go ahead. I love it. You know, this is where I hand it over to you on the rewind. You're part of this team. So yeah, you're the host, but you're part of this team. I mean, everybody's talking about classes. Like, we've got the classes. Everybody's talking about group synergy. We've got the group synergy. You kidding me? Me and Nathan, me and you and Ben and I'm not sure how Kilson fits in, but he's a rogue, so that works, right? So,
well, I mean, I 2 things. Yes, the flex that you were talking about. So Nathan is our tank. He can maybe flex temporarily, at a little cost to his tanking ability into healing us if we need be. And with you 2 rogues, I have a feeling that we're going to need, we're going to need some of that. You've got the crowd control in our hand, but we still need a really good tank and healer. And I think Nathan can fulfill that role. I love playing with Nathan when we play on Tuesday nights. It is so much fun. I laugh my butt off every single time. So I'm looking forward, no matter what we do, whether we're dying or living or whatever we're doing, having Nathan in the group is a great, great pick. So love it.
So now the final pick, we're going into the last round. I have to decide here with what's left, or do I try to trade for something? There's a lot on my mind. I'm gonna have to think for a second here. So remember, if you guys haven't pinged at Theric in the Discord chat here in the chat, I'm sorry, not Discord, in the Twitch chat, do so. We're going to be giving away that $100 Legat pledge soon. And remember, you can upgrade your pledge to $100 extra, or you can gift that to someone in your family. Theric will be able to hook you up with that. So at Theric, if you have not, we'll be giving that pledge away very soon here. So please, everybody jump in who wants to. It's for a random lucky winner in the community. All right. So what do we do? Okay. Do we go?
So you want to clear the card here so we can see the draft?
Yeah, let's go ahead and clear it. Do we go meta? What do we do? So I think I know the smart decision here. I think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to go this way. And let me go ahead and put it in.
Okay, yeah, the next pick. All right, here we go. The next pick, the first pick in the 6th round of the Pantheon Dungeon Draft. Team Minus selects Breakout, the streamer, leader of Team Community, by the way. So Breakout is an Archive Shaman. His powers include Water Attuned. Breakout is attuned to water and is resistant to water and cold damage. His next power includes Hardcore Mode. Breakout creates a hardcore character that cannot be res, but Breakout can res other people. And lastly, his power is Huge Fan. Breakout is a huge fan of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen and buffs your group's Constitution. Wow, great pick, Minus. Buffing Constitution for us. That could work. What's the strategy here? What you're thinking?
Synergy. Breakout heals Nathan, myself, and you every week on MMORPG Classes 101. We know how to interact with each other. Breakout can flex when he doesn't need to heal. We've seen that. He's taken the backup healer with a little bit more damage roll. So he's a very flexible healer depending on what's going on with Nathan, what kind of damage he can mitigate to even maybe let Breakout do some damage, and we can just nuke mobs down hardcore. So, it's tough. I was looking at Vandrad. I'm friends with Vandrad. I was looking at Poiru saying, okay, let's bring 2 paladins in and really test this viability out. Those 2 things were on my mind. I was excited to possibly go that route. But then I said, you know what? Synergy, tried and true. Like I said, the only oddball in our group is Kilson right now. But he's a rogue. So immediately I like that, right? So, and he likes the PvP. That's a little strange. So, maybe he's up for grabs. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe he is.
Yeah, I think Breakout, you've just been drafted to a team that is very demanding on you. This is going to be a team that needs your healing. You better be on your game. He can't hear me. He's in the green room with the community, so I can say what I want right now. But I think that his work is cut out for him. So I hope you don't want to talk. oh, somebody had to go there.
You're going to need to be the quiet cousin in the corner.
He'll be busy. I do want to say I'm glad as I have been drafted into that team that we do have a healer. I was very concerned that Minus was going to go no healer, and then I would, it would still be my fault when we die because there'd be no healer to blame, right? So,
well, you didn't think Poiru couldn't keep you up as a paladin? You don't think tank swap? Maybe I don't know.
Maybe, and maybe let the rogue swap a little bit, backstab, and take a little bit of the aggro for a while. Maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. All right. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We are moving on to the next pick, and we are on Team Drac. So let's see, Drac, what you got for us.
So I was really hoping it was going to fall this way, and I was kind of concerned about it. And so I'm super excited to do this pick. Minus, I think you wimped out. You should have broke the meta, but that's okay because I'm going to do it with this pick.
Wow, a meta breaking pick. Who could this possibly be? Oh, there we go. Okay,
right, here it comes.
Next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft. Team Drac selects Vandrad, the Angry. Vandrad is a Scar Shaman.
What is going on with this group?
He's what?
Go ahead, go. No, I go. I don't know if you've seen this group set up yet, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no. His powers include singular focus. Vandrad only plays Shaman and gets bonus healing. His next power is Ancient Wisdom. He's so old, he's seen it all, done it all. Vandrad adds to his group's agility and dexterity. And his last power is Never-Ending Hate. Increased group HP and mana regen. Feel the hate flow through you. So that is Vandrad. That is your pick, Drac. What's your rationale for here? I mean, you're taking an angry guy. He was on my team last year, and I can tell you that the anger is real.
The anger is real. So, do you want me to do it now, or do you want me to wait for like the team wrap up?
No, we can wait for the team wrap up.
Okay. All right.
I just want to say once again, man, the bear strategy was based on that Vandrad would still be on the board.
I'm super excited because I'm a wizard and I love cloth classes, so I'm super excited that we have no plate in my group, and I promise that it will make sense when I do my team wrap up. So make sure you stick around for that.
Nice. Yeah, we'll do the team wrap ups after everybody's finished up. So, all right. Speaking of finishing up, 3 picks left in the draft. We are getting down to Team NathanNapalm. You are on the clock.
All right.
Got 3 choices. What's it going to be?
Man, my strategy's all over the place, guys. It's getting wild. I'm ready.
Nice.
Submitted.
I like it. Can't believe you lasted this long. The next pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft.
Here we go.
Team NathanNapalm selects Ko of the Carnage. He is a human warrior. His powers include Twitch. Ko streams Pantheon Rise of the Fallen to millions as he taunts the mobs. His next power is Old School. Ko uses his old school EQ skills to take 50% less damage. And lastly, his power is full time. Ko is able to devote 24/7 to Pantheon when it releases, making sure you don't pull aggro. That is a powerful pick.
That's OP, yeah.
Powerful, popular pick as well. So
50% less damage, guaranteed aggro. Plus, what I needed the most in this group with the dynamic I have going was viewers, right? So need people to actually watch it, and I can slip puppets in, whatever I want to do, and they have to watch it because Ko's there, right? So needed him on my team.
Well, you've got the perfect synergy of access through the senior VR staff and Ko with the reach.
Yeah, think of the synergy he already has established with the VR staff, right? So, this is maybe not my original plan, but it is still working in my favor. God is good.
There you go. Yes. Well, yeah, I hope you're happy with your team, and we'll come back and we'll break it all down in a second here. But we got 2 more picks to go. So let's hit the next one. Team VR, Madaki, 2 choices. Who's it going to be?
All right, looks like the pick is in.
Is it in? Why did I miss it? Hold on.
Yep.
Shoot.
You ready?
No. Okay, hold on. I gotta get it. Okay, I have it. The pick.
Okay.
Next, second to last pick in the 2021 Dungeon Group Draft.
Here it comes.
Team VR selects Jared. Hold on, my card isn't up in just a second. Jared, the creature creator. He is a human warrior. His powers include Plains-Ox. Jared summons the strength of a Plains-Ox, granting him increased constitution and strength. His next power is Ogrim. Jared designs the ferociousness of the Ogrim, taunting the target mob for 20 seconds. And his last power, which we've all had our ears pierced by, we know how powerful it is the Gas Bat. Jared pulls down his signature Gas Bat banner, removing all crowd control from his group. So that's he's able to basically keep your group going at all times. There's no crowd controlling your group, Madaki. What are you thinking here?
Well, I'm surprised he lasted this long. And if you guys knew him personally, like, he would never last this long because he's probably one of the greatest human beings you'll ever meet. And I needed somebody with a cool accent on the team. So all around beautiful pick, and just rounds out the team nicely.
Nice.
I'm pretty stoked. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, that artwork is awesome. The Gas Bat alone, I mean, just you could have a team of 1 with the Gas Bat power, and I think you'd pierce everybody's ears and they would all just fall over. So great pick. Down to the wire. I can't believe it lasted that long either. I mean, kind of put him up there with JN. So great pick. Great value pick.
So this is an interesting last pick here, right? Because go ahead. You go first.
I'm going to jump into the green room, go grab a breakout, and I will be right back.
I wonder who they'll pick.
Well, here's the funny part is a lot of people don't believe this next pick is real. So there's people who don't believe this is a real person. Is it just Minus with an alternative identity? Is it a real person? Who knows, right? Who knows? Ready when you are, Theric. Are you ready? Oh, he's still over there. He's still on there. VR, Joppa says, request for Gas Bat to join A-Bear in next year's draft.
That would be good. That would be good.
All right. I think Theric's still. I don't know what they're talking about. Is there a trade talk going on? Is somebody trying to make a trade? What could be happening here? Now, the one thing is, Poiru, who's left on the board, is Canadian. So you do now activate Haya's powers if he does go to Team Community. But are they trying to find a way to trade this pick?
All right, we have Breakout in to announce the last pick. We all know who it is. Breakout, let's go.
Yeah, that would be Poiru.
The last pick in the Pantheon Dungeon Group Draft for 2021, Team Community selects Poiru, the Mysterious. He is your human paladin. His powers include custom code. Poi adds another feature to the PantheonPlus website, buffs all his party members with wisdom. He is Team Canada. Poi receives 50% of the hate from any Canadians and is able to tank the mob more easily. And Shield of Anonymity. Poi equips his shield with no one knows who he is, so he takes half damage. So you did get that Canadian synergy there.
Well, Canadian.
Yep. And then the other important piece there is, for those that don't know, the original guild that we came from before we came to Pantheon, the leaders of that guild were myself, Haya, and Poiru. So a lot of synergy between Haya and Poiru there, big time. So
Nice. So, Breakout, you happy that he lasted till the final pick in the draft? You got to be happy with that, right?
I am. I'm going to be honest. It was like halfway through that I realized, holy crap, this could happen. And it did.
Nice.
Well, I was saying, Theric, while you were gone, is that one of the fears in drafting Poiru from a lot of people is he real? You know, that's a common thing people said. Is Poiru a real person? Is it just some alternate identity of Minus who speaks French? You know, what is it? With a bad American accent? You know, what is it? Is he a real person? Because everybody says they don't believe he exists. Well, they took a chance. Hopefully it doesn't just have somebody show up. So
it could just be Minus boxing, right?
Well, see, I would have believed that, except for the part where you said he speaks French, because Minus English, you already struggle with English enough as it is. A second language might just be too much. I would have a hard time believing that French would be in your arsenal. So
I thought maybe it was Minus on an AMD computer, you know, like updated.
There you go. There you go.
That's all right, so let's go through these groups and chat, and then I'm curious. I should have put a poll together. Who won? Theric, why don't you go through? I'll be the last one to talk, so let me get a poll going here on Streamlabs. Yep. Who won? And we'll have everybody vote.
Do the poll until after I get at least a chance to say stuff.
Yeah, I'm not doing it yet. I'm just getting it ready. I gotta. It's not just. I don't just hit a button and the poll comes up with what I want. Track. Right,
I assume that you're just like pushing all the buttons back there.
I'm pushing a lot of buttons.
He's like the Wizard of Oz. He's behind the curtain. He's got the control levers. He's got everything going on there.
Definitely not the wizard. No,
that's right.
The Wizard of Oz wasn't a real wizard.
So let's go through this. So let's start Breakout with you and looking at team community. So reflections on your draft. How did it go? You had the first overall pick and the last pick, and you had the back-to-backs throughout, just like Minus did. Looking at your team? What do you think? Any thoughts?
Me and team community love it.
Yeah.
If you're going to trade, you better bring something good if you want to trade.
Yeah, trades are still on the table. We can still pull trades together, but you better come with something, because it sounds like he's pretty happy with his team. He's not going to give it up easily. So how many people were in the green room with you there, Breakout? How many people did you have sort of discussing these picks? What was going on in there?
Without me, it was 7.
Nice.
And all really good thinkers.
Nice.
I'm glad. Did you say they were in a breakout room?
They were in a breakout room. Yes. Okay. Cool. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at your team right now, and I'm seeing 2 tanks, heals, a couple DPS, and a.
They have enough DPS to like move through content, though.
Yeah, that's a solid group. It's a solid.
Yeah, it is a good group.
Yeah, that's a solid. I'll give him props for that.
Yeah. Okay.
I did make a flow chart for this. We did not follow that flow chart.
Did you share the flow chart with the community ahead of time, or was this your flow chart? Because that might have been an issue.
I did, but yeah, it got into the 3rd round and the flow chart was just not useful.
Yeah, thrown out the window.
Yeah, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Exactly. Well said. All right, so let's move on, and team VR Medaki, look at your team. What do you think?
Excellent.
Like it?
Amazing. Amazing. I can split my team into 2 teams. So if we get overrun, if we pull extra ads, I don't really need crowd control. I just put 1 tank on one mob, 1 tank on the other. I split my DPS, or I can even bring my DPS onto the more deadly mob, burn them down quicker. So Joppa will heal the guy who's not having any damage done, and I can sit there and heal the more lethal group while the DPS burn it down. Then we can switch over. Super awesome. It's 2 groups in one, and together, it's like Voltron. We're Team Voltron. That's what we are. We can break off into 2 teams. We can morph into one amazing team. So overall, I'm really stoked.
That is awesome. Team Voltron. I mean, does it get better than that, right? That's awesome. All right, moving on. Team NathanNapalm. What do you think of your team? I see you've got. I mean, you with the bear. I mean, obviously, good things there. Beyond the bear, what's going on with your team?
Yeah, I'm happy with my team. Now, I would like to say that although we're not sure what the time to kill will actually be, in Pantheon, my team will actually be much longer than what's designed, because we do have 3 tanks. We only have 1 DPS. We got a really good healer, though. We got the support. And we've got some versatility here. The bear can do some DPSing, right? We got the Dire Lord. So, we're going to get through it, but it's going to feel very old school, right? Which is what I like. I'm happy with that. Now, I did offer a trade. I'm still waiting to see if it gets accepted, but if you guys could check your DMs real quick. I did send one of you.
Oh, there is one. I see that. Yeah.
So, it's a fair trade. Think about it.
I got to tell you, it doesn't sound like he's impressed with your trade, with your offer, Nathan.
It's fair for everybody. It's a what and what, in my opinion.
Is it tampering if I tell the stream what you offer?
I don't think so. No.
Go for it.
So I've been offered a trade, straight up, not a 2-for-1.
Mm-hmm.
I've been offered the bear in exchange for Joppa.
I think it's fair. I think it's a fair trade.
Wow.
I think we should let the community vote if that should happen or not. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's let the community vote.
It's not going to happen. The vote is null and void. It doesn't
matter. Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. So we're not leaving this up to the community because we know what the community would do. So
yes.
So Nathan will be keeping the bear, is what you're saying.
Right. I'm happy with the bear. That's your loss. That's your loss.
Joppa said he would take that trade.
Well, if you got Joppa on your team, look at this team. Let's look at that. If that were to go through, right?
Yeah.
If you had Joppa, that would be a pretty powerful team.
Yeah,
hard to argue with that.
Ben Dean, Rowan, Joppa. I mean, come on. Yeah. It was worth a shot. I tried to trade my most powerful character for the second most powerful character, and he didn't take it. It's his loss. I'll keep my most powerful one.
That's amazing. Well, I like your team, and I think you did a great job drafting it. Let's go on, Team Drac. You've had a time to reflect on your draft here. What do you think?
Yes, I love my team. So we are Team No Plate, and we are very proud of that. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in EverQuest, you used to have these AOE pulling groups, right? And you get the monk, and you pick a spot. You get the monk. The monk brings back all the stuff. Feign deaths, and then the enchanter stuns it, and everybody else just rains down damage on it. That's my team right now, right? We just get all the mobs in one place, we AoE them all down, and we're going to 50 as faster than anyone.
Wait 1 second. Where's the DPS coming from again?
All the AoE wizards and the enchanter stuns, and we even got some shaman DPS in there. It's going to be amazing. He'll throw some shaman dots on there.
Drac.
Theric, this guy thinks wizards do damage. Anyway, go ahead.
You know what else? This is a common mistake. I've seen this before. People think that tanks aren't needed. They're like, oh, our healer can tank, or we'll just split the aggro. He's in for a very big surprise when he hits that dungeon, guys. You gotta have a tank.
I've actually done it. I've actually done it.
Did you see Joppa?
We're not running WoW dungeons here. This is open world. We can pick our spots.
Oh, the quilted state. I didn't consider that.
Joppa says that if you keep the mobs in a constant quilted state, you can probably get by without a tank. Yeah. Isn't that Alicera that puts, or who puts it? Yeah, I guess that is the quilt from.
Yeah, Alicera was the cross.
No, it's Mox.
Mox just makes the quilts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I look at these two teams, and Nathan, you're 3 tanks, and Drac, you are so DPS heavy. I thought there might be some room for you. Need a tank, Drac. I don't know about how you're going to get through this without a tank.
No way, man. We're pulling all the mobs, AoEing them down, taking a little med break, sipping a little coffee, little adult beverages, and then we're going to do it again, over and over and over again, all the way to 50.
I tell you what our group is going to camp near yours, Drac, because our healer is going to be so used to resin so many times in our group with the Ronic that we'll throw you. She won't know.
But you know what, Nathan? My team is going to camp near his group, and Sacred's just going to buff all the mobs, so his AoE will be rendered useless.
Oh.
And we do have experience loss in this game, so welcome to negative levels.
Oh.
Sacred said, "Wait." Team Drac has adult beverages.
I saw that too. I mean, that does definitely up the attractiveness of your team there, Drac.
Sacred, I wanted you on my team, man. I wanted you as my 5th clothy, but I couldn't make it happen.
Your 5th clothy.
So many clothies. Since Madaki put a trade out there and he said, we put it out that was declined, I had a trade declined. So we're not a lot of trade tonight. People are wanting to hold on to their group and kind of stand by saying, no, I drafted well, right? It's that GM Theric who drafts Mitch Trubisky after trading up, and it's a big mistake, but they have too much pride to move on. So they just stick with it, right? So everyone's kind of just sticking with their teams. Even if there's a hole, they're like, no, I can't trade. I got to be a good GM. I got to not let them think I have a weakness, that kind of stuff. But I sent a trade and I thought it was fair. I thought this was the most fair trade. I offered Kilson to Madaki for Sacred, the trade-in, and it was declined. So,
wow.
One might also say Dak Prescott. You could also put him in that category as well.
Yeah,
especially when you hold him too long and then end up optioning him
Except the only difference is the Bears didn't pay him like $42 million a year.
No, we let him walk. Like
everybody's like, wait a second, what are they talking about? What's going on here? What's all this sports talk?
Yeah. Right. So Minus, your
trade offer there.
Your reflections on your draft, Minus. You talked about a trade potentially, but overall, where are you at?
Yeah, so I mean, the one thing that we've seen is that Rogue is probably one of, at this point, the best designed class in the game. Has the most flex out of any class in the game right now. Has the ability to adventure across the world in a pretty insane way. Can scout for danger, keep everybody out of danger, and we have 3 of them, right? So we have 3 scouts, nothing sneaking up on us. We'll be doing the sneaking. The other thing here is that with this group, we're all melee. We can get that shaman to come on in. That shaman can come on in and do some melee, stay in the group, and we can keep ourselves all kind of together, which is important. Because when we're fighting an enemy, when I've been a raid leader for a long time, and anybody who's raiding knows one major issue that raid groups seem to have, and that is get in one spot, stand on top of each other. I don't know what it is in MMORPGs, but when you say everybody get right on this spot, stand directly on top of one another, everyone's all over the place. We'll already be pretty close to on top of one another. So it's really just, even if people don't pay attention, we might still be able to get through those moments where we need a stack. So again, we're in close. We're not hiding out in the distance. You may be from time to time as to kind of draw to we'll use you as like bait out there. And then, oh, look, a ranger, we can kill that easy. The enemy starts running to you. Boom, rogues all pop up, take you down, and Nathan maybe grabs aggro if there's enough time before it dies. So nice. I think the 3 rogues, 1 pretend rogue ranger, and then we got the healer and that tank, which the tank has some self-healing. So they don't need to survive long. I'm not worried about mana. I'm not worried about Breakout running out of mana. I'm not worried about Nathan running out of mana. Just get in there for a tiny bit. Let us assassinate whatever is in there, and we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, and Gula pointed out in chat that I do tend to run after stealth people, thinking I'm stealth as well when I'm actually not. So, in addition to having 4 DPS that you have to worry about Breakout, you've got a ranger who forgets that he's not stealth all the time. Yeah.
They're dying a lot in this group.
I'm more worried about that hardcore mode. I die and
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Mode. What kind of surprises me about this whole deal is that I monopolized the only pet classes. So my team's actually 8. So it's like playing with the refs on my team, and you guys only have 6.
I got a Breakout, right? We got that shaman pet someday, right? Someday.
Shaman pet.
Yeah. Shaman have pet. They have the spirit, the ancestral bear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the Spirit Wolf is more of a warder. It just buffs the shaman. It doesn't really do a whole lot of damage.
Okay. All right. Well, it's still a target to hide.
No, I mean it's not. Shaman is not traditionally considered a pet class. I mean they do have a pet. It is a utility pet.
Well, I've got pets too as a ranger, but all they do is serve me. They don't do anything for the group. So, saying I can get my little weasel to run around or my birds to carry me around, but.
And Madaki, Joppa just said, high level summon.
Yeah, I know. I have 10. Yeah, and we're all high level because we can actually set NFL's level too. So we actually we can set Avorus's level. So we can all set level to 50. So we're all going to be instantly 50. I don't know if you guys knew that. By taking a VR team, and my whole team is going to be 50.
Well, who on your team has VR hacks? That's you, right? Yeah, you got VR hacks,
and I can set level. So we're all going to be level 50 right off the bat, and then I'm going to have 10 people on my team. So I think maybe you might want to redo your votes in this poll.
Speaking of that,
I'm all about it. So because then that's one less group to compete with as I'm leveling, which means that we'll be we may not level as fast as Instant. but we'll definitely be the first fast group to level, because without Team VR in my way, I just got to worry about Drac, Nathan, and community. So, I mean, come on, let's be real here. If you guys don't see the poll down below, please vote. We have 33 votes. We got about 70-something people in here. Everybody vote. Please vote. ! Vote, space, either community, VR, Napalm, Drac, or Minus. Get your votes in right now. We have community voting for themselves, obviously.
The community is voting for themselves again.
That's right.
Check your DMs. I got a trade offer.
They think they're brilliant.
Wait, we got a trade offer. And
I'm just going to put out last call while you're considering the trade offer. I'm going to put out to the chat that if you want a last call for that draw for the giveaway for a $100 Leggett pledge to support Pantheon, we are giving that away. Just at Theric in the chat, and I will enter your names as the last call out for it. I'm going to run the draw after we finish up our discussions here and award the pledge to one lucky person. So last call for that.
So I do want to make one more statement about these teams, all of these teams, and who won in this poll. We all won. This is the greatest community. Everybody here won. Like, everybody on all of these teams are amazing. We love you guys. Heartfelt from VR. We love this community. You guys are what we do this for. And we couldn't be more pleased to be a part of this and be here with you guys tonight. So thank you, all of you who showed up tonight, and everybody who watches this on the replay. You guys are the best, and we're going to keep making this game for you.
That's awesome, man. For sure.
Yeah.
And thank you, of course, for being a part. VR coming in here to such a goofy thing that we do. It's going to be a yearly event, and we're hoping in the future that these groups don't just get drafted and we talk about the strategy and we have fun with it. But in the future, maybe someday these groups actually go out and show what they can do. And we do some kind of competition with getting these groups together, which, someday, hopefully that can happen, and that'd be a really good time. So it's just the start, and it will continue to grow. We'll continue to do it. We'll get new people in. But overall, it's been awesome. Breakout, your first time doing the draft. Drac, your first time drafting.
Whoa.
Just awesome stuff. I just want to say to you guys, it's been a blast. And thank you, Madaki, for being the one who got put in the fire and having to come on here with us for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Brave man drafting his own coworkers. That's brave stuff right there.
Well, it's the ones he doesn't have to, he didn't draft that he has to face in the next few days.
Yeah, that's going to be the real problem.
Who's he's going to draft first, second, and third? That's like,
This is office chatter for weeks.
I just want to make sure everyone knows that he drafted Sacred, but not Ronik. I think that's a pretty important distinction to put there. So,
nice. Okay. So what about that trade? Are we doing a trade here or no?
No, I can't.
No,
I can't. It was a great offer. Listen, it's a great offer. Part of me, for the humor of the show, would love to do the trade, Nathan. Nathan offered me his prize asset for Kilson. He offered the bear for Kilson. Nathan,
he's shopping that bear hard.
I know, it would be great. I can't have a bear on my team. I think my efficiency would go down quite a bit. I just can't do it. So.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going for entertainment. That would have been a great trade, right?
I thought about it.
I would have lobbied for the bear. I would have lobbied for the bear, but I trust my team leader here and his wisdom in this. So I'm going to have to go with him on this one.
See, if Nathan would have gone Madaki for the bear, I might have entertained that trade, but he went Joppa. So
little too high on the scale there. I tried for Sacred. Yeah. Listen, last year Sacred got traded 3 times. This year he stays solid. I tried hard for that trade for him. So
I've been a little hard on Tyler, so I gotta make some amends. So yeah, I can't trade him.
So next year he won't be Sacred the traded. He'll be Sacred the kept.
The kept.
Sacred the solid.
Sacred the solid. There you go. Drac, make a note for next year. Okay, write that down somewhere.
I'm writing it down right now.
Okay,
all
good.
right, so let's final words from anybody, and we'll end this. 2 hours, not bad. I thought we were going to go a lot longer. So first, I want to just say thank you to the community. We've had a great crowd tonight. Lots of chat going on. There's a couple, like a minute or 2 left to get your vote in. If you haven't, we have 40 people who voted. We have 70-something people in chat. Vote, vote, vote. ! Vote, 1 word, space, and then the team name. And you'll see that on the poll down there. It'll say, Napalm, VR, community, minus Drac. So So that's it for me. Thank you to the community. Thank you to VR. Any other last words before we head out?
It was super
keep
fun,
in mind
guys.
that Pantheon is. Keep in mind that Pantheon is a crowdfunded game. So if you go to www.pantheonmmo.com, hit the pledge button, you can see all the different pledges that we have. Help us get this game made. Help us complete Brad's vision. And once again, we love you all, and thanks for being such a great community.
Perfect timing too. The link is in chat as you said that. So
onward and upward, to quote one Joppa.
Yep. Great.
I appreciate everybody at PantheonPlus. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. The community was awesome tonight. You guys, we rocked it.
We did rock it. Definitely. Nathan, any last words?
Oh yeah, I forgot to vote for myself. Thanks for the reminder.
Wait, we vote for ourselves? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course he can.
So there we go. Well, I just want to say, guys, I'm disappointed tonight because I got a pretty good group here. I got a bear, and only one other person saw the genius of my strategy. But you know what? You'll all be watching the stream of us playing because of that bear cam. I really thought I was going to win with the bear cam. Tried to lose the bear when I realized that people weren't going for that. But nobody take the trade. So,
That's fantastic, man. I just want to say quickly that this whole thing was largely put together by Drac. He did an amazing job with this. Drac.
Kudos, Drac. Kudos.
Yes, Drac rocked it with magic cards. The ideas and all the flavor text, that's all Drac doing his thing here. He's been the spearhead on this project, and we're doing this 2 years in a row. I'm already looking forward to next year, and I can't wait to do it again because we just have a blast doing this. So kudos, Drac, man. Awesome job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Making it bigger and better every year.
Exactly. And as many years as it takes, we will be here. And I just want to say I'm happy with my team. I'm so love being, with Minus and Kilson, Ben and I, Nathan and Breakout. You guys are going to be an awesome team. I'm very pleased. And I'm, a little humbled I was a first round pick. So I'm just, feeling good about that. So, but that's enough about that. Let's do the draft or the draft. Let's do the draw for the $100 Leggett pledge. So I'm going to throw the names in a hat. So drum roll, please, as we will pick a winner. So here
Nathan,
we go.
do a drum roll. You got that. You can do that. No, Nathan's like, I'm not doing a drum roll.
The winner is Marks 9713. Marks is a member of the community. I know Marks. So he's been in a lot of the rewind drafts, and this is his big moment. He is the lucky winner. So Marks, man, great job. Congrats on that. So all you got to do, if you want to just to shoot me an email at theric@pantheon.plus, or you can ping me on Discord at theric2057, and we will get that pledge to you. So congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, congrats.
Awesome. Congratulations. And guys,
and thanks again to Vindini for donating this to the draft tonight, for making this.
Yeah, that was a donated from the community. So don't even thank us here at Pantheon Plus. We were just privileged to be able to give that out from an amazing community member, the great Vindini, who donated that. We've had a few different community members donate pledges for us to give away on the Rewind or on shows like this. And I promise you, we'll also be doing donations again. We've done it before. We'll do it again. Our goal is that if you love this community and you want to continue to be a part and support the game, we're going to do what we can to help make that true for the people out there who, maybe don't have the spare cash right now to get in to the different things. So you'll see more of that from us. That's a promise, especially with how much everybody supports us, coming to see us on Twitch, subscribing to us here, subscribing to us on YouTube. You guys are absolutely amazing. And the Pantheon Plus is not minus Theric, Drac, Poiru. It's not us. Pantheon Plus is you. And without you, we don't exist. This doesn't happen, and we can't be maniacs on stream. So thank you. And two, listen, VR is a big part of that. Nathan, you've been with us from day one. You're an honorary Pantheon Plus guy for sure. And Breakout, you're on streams with us. So it's awesome to have this whole group here who we're extraordinarily thankful for helping us put on such a goofy show, donating all this time to doing this. But community, you guys rock. With that, I got nothing else. I guess we're going to close it out tonight. The draft is over. Team Minus obviously wins. And no,
whoa. Let's go to the poll.
The poll says by the votes of 37.78 votes, Team Community has won the draft, Minus. So let's, they do have the numbers on their side. So they win. But yeah, no, congrats to Team Community on a real good draft and winning the popular vote. So
it's a very good team. It's a well-balanced team for sure.
And the person who got second, who was not voting for themselves, is who?
That's probably a pity vote. I mean, you don't have a tank.
I need to hear it. Come on, Minus. Go ahead.
All right, guys, and that's it. Let me go ahead and hit the splash here. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for sticking around. Let's do it. See you guys on the rewind.
For the win.